going on, everybody? Welcome back to the M3 podcast with Jayden and Davis, as usual. We're trying something a little bit different. We actually said fuck topics, because usually when we go on these topics, we either stick on them for an hour and a half, and then we go to the next one, and it's like, oh, it's 10 seconds. Out the window.
Yeah.
Or we go on to a topic, and then we go so far down the rabbit hole that we end up in China, which is on the opposite side of the planet.
We go completely off onto a trail and tangent.
Exactly.
So we're just gonna have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, we're still got gaming, and we still got lots of other stuff. We got some music stuff this time around, but first things first, I want to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie has done so well. It is apparently the highest grossing movie for video games that has ever come out. Is that
after
amazing?
All the amount of hate that it originally had, and then how the internet freaking fixed it?
Yeah, the internet bullied a company into saying your shit sucks, you need to fix it. Yeah. So, and apparently it's not just the graphics that look amazing now. It's the story looks super duper good. The actors do super duper well. So from what I'm reading so far on this thing, 96% of people who saw this film reported it as a thumbs up from Google. It's a 96%. And then, of course, you go into some of the critics. It's IMDb, it has a 6.9 out of 10. Or on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 64. It's excuse me?
Again, as we've said before, follow the fans, not the critics. That's not, neither of those are bad. They could be worse, but how is it? That's still a pretty significant drop.
It's a significant drop, and it's everyone enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I'm pretty sure most of these critics, if I'm understanding correctly how critics work, they go way too far into this shit. They're just where's the deeper meaning behind Sonic? It's dude, it's Sonic. He just runs fast and, saves animals and collects rings. That's what this movie is. And it's part of me thinks that the people that went and saw this movie don't understand what Sonic actually is. They're just Sonic is a video game character that came to the movies, but he's unwelcome here. It's no, he's very welcome here, clearly.
It has to do with story elements, which I'll explain here quickly for those who don't know of.
Story time with Davis.
Character, ghost, your backstory, your APQ, the emotional desire, all that stuff. I have a feeling that when you're going into as a critic, you're trying to probably see through all this stuff and see what drives it, or is it just an action movie just to be an action movie? So why it went again, it's still not a bad score, but I have a feeling that as a critic, when they're looking at these points, X, Y, and Z, they're probably deducting a point there, just because it's probably a little story wise. It would probably be a little lackluster there.
Story-wise, it's
perfect. But then exactly. The enjoyment factor brings it up enough to be still a good 70%. So, but the fans aren't looking at that. They're looking at, holy shit, Sonic is looking amazing. The gameplay. It looks just like the gameplay.
The story,
the speed effects are probably really good.
Follow and understand. The characters are not robots, in something I'm going to describe in just a minute here. But this is
Mr. Robotnik.
No,
robot.
Dude,
Robotnik.
I heard Jim Carrey is fucking killer in this movie. I've heard he's insanely good, better than any of his other performances. Yeah, he's back, dude. And I want to see this movie, and I really want to be yeah, that's my boy Jim Carrey. He's back. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, came back to try to steal Sonic. Do you think this is that's what it was? He's trying to just get Sonic because someone is yeah, there's a giant reward out for Sonic, and Ace, he's I can't go as Ace Ventura. They're gonna hate me for this. I need to go as Dr. Robotnik. So he has to go in disguise. That would fucking blow my mind. That's what I want to see in the sequel.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to Ace Ventura, but it's but it's the evil version instead of him being the good guy.
Ace Ventura, Pet Adventures, or Pet Detective, Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god, that would be amazing. I would definitely pay money to see that. I don't even have to pay money.
Okay, there we go. Fan fiction. There we go.
There we go.
We'll get
Someone
it done.
write a fan fiction about it. Send it to me through our business email.
Yeah.
The thing I wanted to talk about was there are you see how users love this and critics kind of dislike it. Like, the same thing goes with video games, but sometimes it's like not even the fans are correct. Like, I was playing I play a game with my buddy Pysko. It's called Wolfenstein Youngblood. So it takes after Wolfenstein, where Mr. Blazkowicz kills Hitler and is trying to topple Germany like across the planet and stuff like that. He has these twin daughters, and they have to go find their dad and stuff like that. So they're just running around killing Nazis. It's a fun game. The story and the characters just suck so much asshole. It is terrible. They're so unlikable, like from their voices to how they move to everything. They're just terrible. I'm still enjoying the game. I would give it like a solid 4 out of 10. But everyone's like, no, this is the worst game ever. 0, 0, 0. It's like, sometimes you can't even trust.
4 still isn't much better.
4 still isn't much better, but I'm still being like, okay, the graphics in this aren't the best, but the gameplay in it is really fun. I have been enjoying it a lot, and like 4 is a personal.
But shouldn't gameplay be the biggest factor of a game? Therefore, wouldn't that be bring it up to at least a 50% to let the game pass?
No. The characters and the story drive it back so much, because this is like a story-driven game, right? This is about 2 sisters going to find their dad and stuff like that, but they're just dicking around half the time. They're just like, hey, let's do this side quest where we have to blow open a hole in this wall. So they have to travel to one place, find a battery, which takes like 5 seconds, travel back to another place, being like, cool, that's the right battery. Now go back to that first place you were at and place it into the thing. It's like you're going back and forth. It's like, some of the gameplay sucks ass, going from one place to another place to another place to another place.
So it's not fun enough to bring it up to at least a passing.
Yeah, it's not fun enough, and it's not good enough to bring it up to a passing, but it is fun when you're playing with a stupid-ass friend who lets you die all the time and doesn't listen. It's a good time. I will say that. It's a fun time.
Fair enough.
But let's move on. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Kingdom Hearts is coming to Xbox. The exclusivity barriers are going down, fellas. It is lit. So Kingdom Hearts 3 was for all platforms, but now Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remix, as well as some of the other games, are coming to Xbox. Holy shit. This is amazing. It's like,
now they were PlayStation exclusives originally?
Yep. So they only, like, the original Kingdom Hearts games only came out for PlayStation, and then when they remade them, they also only came out for PlayStation. But then Disney was probably just like, yeah, you know what? Let's just give it to Xbox as well. Fuck it. So it's coming to Xbox. So like Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to the Game Pass, so you can play for free if you have that. But the other games, it's like you have to buy them. But it's still Kingdom Hearts. If you were waiting to play this game, you can buy this game now. You don't have to buy another $450 console like I did to play this game and then get bored of it because it doesn't have any goddamn achievements in it like it does on Xbox. But
I wonder if that has to do because I know they're completely different game and movie stuff. They're completely different parts of the company, but maybe that has to do with the fact that Sony and Disney are still not playing nice, like in the movie universe, movie realms.
That is true.
So maybe they're like, do you know what? Screw you, Sony. We're gonna give some profits to Microsoft as well.
There's been a lot of that going on recently, and I could definitely see that. That's an excellent point that you brought up. That there has also been a lot of stuff with Activision and Google being buddy and stuff like that, because Google and Activision now have like a contract, so Blizzard and Activision like pro games are all streamed on YouTube. You won't see it on Twitch. It's all on YouTube now and stuff like that. So we talked about this last time, like the Nvidia GeForce like cloud gaming system or whatever,
right?
Like promising.
Yeah.
They've taken all of the games and they're not going to put it on there. They're going to put it on Stadia potentially. They were just like, yeah, we just don't want it with GeForce. We want it for ourselves to do what we want with it so that we can make more money off of it. And everyone's like pissed off about it because it's like, dude, I could have fucking played Warcraft on my phone. I could have done that, but no, they're going to probably go with Google Stadia, and it's still going to be like, cool, you have to pay $40 for a shit game, for a shit remaster, which we already got into, so I'm not
Which we already covered, yeah.
Yep, not going to go into it, but, Dude, I'm super excited for this. This isn't the only game that's also coming to Xbox, like Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts isn't the only game coming to Xbox. Yakuza 0, which is like a Japanese mob style game, which was really, really well received, was a PS4 exclusive. It is now coming to Xbox for free for Game Pass users.
So the whole reason of people buying PlayStation over Xbox is starting to dwindle down because people getting PlayStation because of the PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah,
it's starting to
go down, and there's been a lot of stupid stuff that Sony has been doing. Like Xbox has been killing it. I just got XCloud, so like here, like you could see this on the camera. I have to show it this way because Davis. So this is a gaming clip. So now, if I'm like, let's say I'm on a road trip with someone, and they're focused on driving. If I want, I can take my big ass phone. It's gonna take a second. Hold on. This big ass phone, stick it in here, and then boom, I can play Halo. I played Halo this morning on my phone. It's a little finicky because I'm not used to this thing, and it is heavy as fuck. But it is a lot of fun to just be like, cool, I can play Halo on my phone. I could play Witcher on my phone. Just like,
that's pretty dope.
It is super cool, and I'm super excited to see how XCloud expands and stuff like that, because it'll be soon enough. It'll be like the entire game's library. You can play on anything. I would be like, Xbox is just gonna rule the world with this. But then again, GeForce is doing this. Google's doing it, even though we talked to death about Google Stadia, and PlayStation's doing this. So we'll see how that does. And then Nintendo's just doing their own thing, and they're just like, yeah, we have a ring.
Switch.
Yeah, they're like, ring. Fit ring. It's like...
Oh, yeah, the freaking...
Yeah. The thing that makes everyone feel sexually uncomfortable, because like... and everyone just feels weird about it. But,
yeah,
speaking of Sony, apparently there is a feature that is just an idea. This is not permanently implemented on the PS5, but Sony patents a feature that lets players buy hints when they're stuck on a video game. So, let's say you're playing, like you're a 6-year-old playing fucking Kingdom Hearts 1. You're stuck at this certain point, and you don't know what to do. You could spend $2.99 or whatever it's going to cost to fucking buy a hint to get through this part of the game.
I could... when I get stuck on a game, I just Google it and watch a YouTube video, and then... Yeah.
And guess what?
Literally...
That's free.
Exactly.
This just seems like a way to sucker kids out of money.
You're already paying for. But then they're gonna have the same thing of like as anything like an ad on the phone or whatever. It'll be like use parents' permission or something like that. So that's what their like disclaimer is gonna be for it for sure.
There's gonna be disclaimers and stuff for it, but my worry about it is how far is this gonna go? Like, because it's a patent, which means it's not implemented. It's just an idea that they have. Everyone's like, well, they already patented it. Might as well use it, right? And everyone's going to hate it because they're like probably going to get pop-ups on their screen that's like, are you stuck because you've been sitting in the same area killing monsters for 30 minutes? Why not buy a hint to figure out what to do next? It's like, dude, I'm just grinding levels here. I'm killing crabs.
Yeah, that will be annoying if it does that, but I think if anything, they would, to my guess, it would make more sense to put it in like the main PlayStation menu, and then you would have to download it or something.
Like as an app?
Almost, yeah.
I don't
know. Like either way, it would be annoying, but yeah, regardless, you completely agreed with me.
I
just go onto YouTube.
I feel like PS5 has like tunnel vision. Like, yeah, you're exactly right. Everyone just fucking goes on YouTube. If I have a tutorial, I'm not going to spend $2.99 to let my Xbox tell me this is what you have to do to upgrade the monkey bombs in Black Ops 3 Zombies. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend money to do that. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch Mr. Raffle Waffle's video on YouTube because A, he's entertaining, B, he deserves my view, and C, he's going to help a lot more than this hint will. Because I've seen...
Then just text that just pops up. Yeah.
If you've watched any of my live streams when I've been like playing Infinite Warfare with my buddy, which Davis hasn't because he's busy and he's a bitch, but you know, like when I'm doing these live streams and stuff like that, I have a guide to my right or to my left, whichever side. I just have it to my side, and it's a written list, and I sit there and I read it sometimes. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? this is a shit guide. Why am I trying this? So then I switch. I go and I watch a video and I was like, oh, that's easier. It's like that's the exact same thing that's probably gonna happen with PS4, like PS4 players or PS5 players, because it'll be like, yeah, to do this, and it'll probably give you a really shitty explanation. It's like, cool, I spent $2.99 for no fucking reason. Again, I'm throwing $2.99 out here because that's like the basic price for microtransactions and shit like that. It's like $2.99 for a scanner or some shit like that. It's like it's really stupid.
Whatever it may be, it'll be it's most likely not going to be any more than that.
Yeah.
But that's
exactly. Some other things that are coming out. Apparently, Stardew Valley is making a Harry Potter inspired game. So Stardew Valley, the popular farming game. That was there were a lot of news stories about it. It's like the Stardew Valley, the person who made Stardew Valley is asking fans to calm the hell down because he reached like 10 million copies sold or whatever. He's just like, can everyone just shut the fuck up and calm down? Essentially, there's stuff like that. But apparently, he's making like a Harry Potter kind of game, and it's like an RPG. And I'm really excited to see how this goes because, it looks like it's like a Quidditch cut type of game from what I'm seeing.
I wonder how that would go. And every Harry Potter style game I've ever played has never been entertaining. It's always been them trying like different styles of like mix this together, make this potion, and walk over here and attack this and it's always like just follows the narrative of doing the random classes, and then maybe you learn whatever spell and you fight like a couple of monsters. Like it's never been very entertaining. So
no, and that's the thing. The only thing that I can think of Harry Potter related that was entertaining are the Lego games. But Lego games are just entertaining in general. Yesterday I spent 4 hours with my buddy Andrew playing Lego Indiana Jones 2, and that was some of the most fun I've had in a while. But like playing that shit is fun, and Lego Harry Potter is fun. But I've seen games like Lego Harry Potter, or not even Lego, sorry, just Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where it's a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter, where you just have spells that are like missiles, and you cast a spell to like a machine gun. So you cast like what's a quick, give me Harry Potter spell, go.
Expelliarmus.
It's like Expelliarmus is the machine gun, and then Stupefy is the shotgun, and then this one is the sniper rifle. It's like, you clearly don't know what fucking Harry Potter is if you think it's a first-person shooter, but whatever. Like the thing is, it's like nobody bought it, and it did terrible. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they do something good with this.
So yeah, basically, the guy who made. Sorry, what did you say the game was called?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah. So hopefully this guy, if he sold this many copies of his previous game, then hopefully they give support, like enough, like, you know, hype behind someone to actually be creative enough to use the property of Harry Potter to turn into an actual entertaining game. Yeah.
Yep. So I hope that they do something well with it. But there was a lot of stuff going on. I could honestly just link an Angry Joe show news thing that they did. I was watching earlier today. Apparently the CEO of Epic came out to like a summit next to EA. It's like, what legacy are we leaving behind? We're not leaving behind slot machines. We should be leaving behind video games. So you guys need to smarten the fuck up and actually.
Really?
Well, I mean that's how I would say it, but he's basically just like,
no.
Yeah, but he's just like, we need to start actually caring about the players. We need to actually start making things that we're proud of. We need to start making things that resemble video games more than slot machines. That's what we need to do. And you guys are like the worst for it, is what I would say. I'd just be like, EA, you guys suck ass at this, because there was a interview done with the CEO of EA, and they were like, how is this good for the player? And that meme has been used to death, where it's like, microtransactions that are pay to win, is that good for the player? And then it plays that, and it's like, no, it's not good for the player. EA just does it because the CEO wants to pocket more cash while firing employees that work for him, because he's like, oh, sorry, this game didn't do well enough, but it did make some money. I'm going to fire you guys and keep all that money to myself. Like, fuck that guy. But, yeah. Epic CEO kind of just like came out and said, you know, we need to actually start thinking about this. We need to start thinking about loot boxes and start thinking about stuff like that. which is a huge thing because it's someone huge in the industry that's saying this stuff. And it's like, if they're not going to start listening now, they're going to start listening when, like, laws probably start coming into place when they say, hey, loot boxes are not allowed. Ever. And, like...
Because, as you have said, and as multiple people have said before, and as you were just saying now, it literally is just gambling.
It's just gambling. It's, like, the most lazy way you can give up progression. I've been playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare a lot. The fact that I get duplicates as progression items is fucking stupid. The fact that my progression is locked behind a box is stupid. I can level up my guns as much as I want, but if I want to change the way my character looks, I gotta start dropping money and getting lucky. Same with the new Halo game. Same with, like, most Call of Duties nowadays. They're like, yep, we would rather put a loot box here than an actual leveling system that works.
That's actually, on that note, hence the reason why we're not going into topics, because I just had a random thought.
There you go.
One thing that I am liking about the newest Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, is that so far at least, they haven't made you pay for maps. It's just season 1, season 2, like new parts are coming out,
didn't they
and
just
their
add,
new
maps
are coming with it, and it's just, yes, it still takes a while to download and everything, but like they're bringing back old classic maps that are people's favorites.
Rust.
And yeah, exactly. Rust came back. Vacant came back. Shipment, right? A bunch of really good maps that people really liked, and then they brought new ones. And you didn't have to pay for them.
Yep.
Most of the time, it's like one expansion is free, and then after that you have to pay. So I've only ever gotten like the one, and every other Call of Duty maybe once paid for one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm really liking about this one, is that
I think,
so far at least, I haven't had to pay for it.
Dude, I think like the hardest thing about Modern Warfare to like swallow is if you spent a lot of money on Black Ops 4, because Black Ops 4 had microtransactions in literally almost every game mode. So it's like multiplayer, you want things, boom, you have to buy like a loot box to potentially get it. Like to get new weapons, loot boxes. It's like, hey, I really want to play with this gun, like the SWAT RFT. Looks like a pretty powerful gun. You either need to play for like hundreds of hours like I did to get it, or you need to spend money on it. And in zombies, the biggest fucking thing that I'm pissed off about, like with you guys in Modern Warfare, I'm really happy that you guys are getting free maps. With myself as a zombies player, and as a zombies player like exclusively, the fact that they had the balls to be like, okay, here you have to pay $60 for the next 4 zombies maps, and that's all you're getting. You pay
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I did that a few times. I did that on my PS4, I did that on my Xbox, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do this? First off,
$20 less than the actual game.
Exactly, and it's absolutely disgusting. I don't even remember if it was $60, but all I remember was just being... All I could see now is just... You guys get free multiplayer maps. And that's what they said. They're like, all the multiplayer maps are free. So if you just want to play Black Ops 4 for multiplayer, that's all you got to do. You just got to play. You'll get free maps. You'll get free content. And they locked like the weapons, some of the skins and stuff like that behind loot boxes, which is still stupid. But it's like... And there's also a battle pass, which you can earn and shit like that. But you don't even have to pay. You pay to progress farther in the battle pass. So if you're stuck, or you're just like, hey, there's only 7 seconds left in the season, but I really, really want all of these things, you could spend like $100 to bypass everything. It's really bad. And it's like, I don't think in Modern Warfare I've heard about anything so far that has been like that. And from what you've been saying, like, maps are free, not like, are there loot boxes in anything like that?
Not that I've noticed, but I also have never paid attention to that stuff, because I've never... I think you can buy like weapons and stuff if you want.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything that's a loot box related item.
Compared to like World War II, which I bought again with the season pass, because I was like, this is a World War II shooter. It's gonna play out exactly like World at War, which was an amazing game. They basically can't fuck this up, but they did spectacularly. They like made it so you got loot boxes and you got a ton of skins which you couldn't see because they were pistol grips. It's like, dude, you're not holding the pistol by the top, you're holding the pistol by the grip. So the grip that you just spent $5.99 for is useless. You can't see it. It just
even
looks
to
cool.
yourself.
Yeah, you could see it yourself
basically.
when you're customizing, but you can nobody else is gonna see it. You can't just be like in games like, guys, check out my cool grip. It's like, oh, I can only see your hand. Like, that's stupid. And the zombies was stupid, and the campaign was even more stupid than most other Call of Duties. But yeah, it's just
I'm glad
sad.
I didn't end up buying that one. My brother-in-law was wanted me to get it, but because we play online occasionally. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
My friends wanted me to get a PS4 back when I had I was working 40 hours a week at the pool, and I was literally spending my money on rent, and that was it. They were just like, cool, rent and phone, and then at the end of the month I'd have an extra $3,000, and I'm just like, what do I do? And then they'd be like, yo, buy a PS4, come play Call of Duty World War II with us. I'm like, I'm not a multiplayer person. I don't like playing multiplayer too much. I'll do it for the achievements, and I'll do it when I play with friends if the game is actually really good, but other than that, I just don't fucking care. So, like, it really is a pain in the ass when it's like, yeah, the zombie maps that you've been waiting for, like this giant story that's stretched over 5 games, comic books, YouTube videos, all this shit, you still have to pay $60 for it, but all of the players that are like playing multiplayer basically get off scot-free. And they basically do, because they're like, oh, there's no microtransactions or loot boxes in zombies. It's like, yes, there are. The ones that are in multiplayer affect zombies, because if you unlock a gun in multiplayer, you also unlock it in zombies. So if you want that super duper cool gun, like let's say the AN-94, if you want that for zombies, you have to spend a ton of money or get really, really lucky to get it in multiplayer to have it transfer over. So yeah, zombies players just got fucked in 2019. They came out 2018. That came 2018, 2019. So yeah, there's shit like that. So it's a bunch of dumb stuff like that. But there's something cool that I shared with Davis. Hasbro is releasing Halo-themed Nerf Guns, which is actually super sick. I'm not 100% sold on the Needler because I don't know what the fuck is coming out of the bottle. Let's bring this up real quick. Boom. I don't know what is going on down here. I'm pretty sure that's just the pin for it. That's what I'm thinking. So there's like a pin for it. The assault rifle, though, holy mother of God, this is an excellent gun. I'm selling all of my Nerf guns and shit that I have already. I'm gonna put them on Facebook Marketplace. It's like, boom, here, $50 for the lot of it. You can have all the ammo and all of this. Okay, not the ammo. You can have the guns, but I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Do you think? Remember how we were talking about earlier how Galaxyland is changing to Hasbro or whatever? Do you think they'll include this in like these new guns into the Galaxyland? Like play like like Nerf tag or something like that?
Yeah, like have a combat arena or something like that, or a shooting gallery.
That'd be dope.
That would be so much fun. I would probably spend so much time there. Okay, probably not. Yeah. That's a lie. But I would still go there and I'd be like, hey, little cousins, let's go over.
Can you bring your own weapons or anything? Like, let them, see if you can bring your own stuff and bring your own Halo stuff and everything.
They would probably let you bring in costumes and stuff, but guns, like the Nerf guns, can be modded. Like, you watch Adam Savage, right? His one-day builds with, like, the Nerf guns. So, like, the sniper rifle that has, like, the longer range and stuff like that. Or the fucking gun that shoots 1,000 bullets or whatever it is, but weighs, like, 80 pounds.
Yeah,
was it
double barrel? It was 1,000 because it was 500 per side.
Yeah, it was 500 per side, and they were like, "Well, I kind of fucked this up. It's gonna be really, really heavy, so let's just put it all in one big container upwards."
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's a really cool thing. The next thing I have is a ton of Witcher news. So, well, first, it's Witcher / Game of Thrones related because a lot of it transfers into each other. So, Witcher Season 2 will begin filming this month, so it's February. It's February 19th, a week after this article was posted. So, Witcher Season 2 in the works. I'm super excited to see what they do because they left on like such a cliffhanger. Like, Ciri and Geralt have found each other. Geralt has not found answers with his past. Yennefer is like almost dead, or potentially dead. The MILF Guard has gone across the bridge or whatever. Where the Northern Kingdom.
The name.
Pardon?
Why they call it
N-
what?
Nilfgaard?
Is it MILF Guard? Like MILF? Like
Nilf.
why?
Nilf.
Yeah.
No, N. It's
Oh,
NILF. Nilfgaard. Like as a knife. Yeah, it's spelled that way. Sure. No, it's Nilfgaard. It's Nilfgaard. It's not
Again,
Milfgaard.
The queen is a
Nilfgaard.
No.
I don't know.
Wrong. I don't know canon. I've only watched the show, and I swear they were saying MILF Guard every time they said it.
Just turn on subtitles. You'll see it's a capital N, not an M. It might be because of the accents, but I was able to hear Nilfgaard a lot.
I figured it out. I realized, but they were saying, but I was just
you're just trying to get a rise out of me, you son of a bitch.
Get a rise for the MILF.
For the MILF.
NSFW.
But no, I'm excited to see what they do with this. Henry Cavill is slowly becoming like my fucking favorite actor of all time. So I'm excited to see how they keep progressing with the storyline and what they actually do. Because odds are it's gonna be like, yeah, you saved the kingdom and stuff like that, right? It's gonna be super duper, like probably a cheesy ending, unless they decide to go like an alternate theory route, like Nilfgaard kills everyone or something like that.
Well, if they got signed on for season 2 already, it's not like they're gonna end, because this season was how many episodes? Like 8. Something like that?
I thought it was 7. Let me double check that, but go on.
But yeah, it was a short season. But yeah, they already got it, so they will most likely have minimum 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Unless they make it kind of like True Noble, how it was literally just a limited series. Unless they either they make it small and make it just a tight story, start finish, amazing story, here's everything really quick, or they kind of extend it out a little bit and just adding more detail, more context, and let it go to 10 seasons like Supernatural that's on the 15th season and
went way too long.
Yeah.
But Witcher is 8 episodes. Yeah, that's my fear, is it becoming like a huge filler bunch of episodes. It's like, oh, it's 20 episodes, but a bunch of it is like Ciri being trained with like her scent ability, because she's like, this, or training with a sword or something like that. It's like, I would like to see that in like half an hour. Put that together in half an hour, spread across multiple episodes, not just be like, cool, it's like 2 years later, Ciri is fully grown up and is ready to kick ass and shit like that, right? I don't want that. I want it to be like, cool, over the next few episodes, she learns how to control her powers and stuff like that. And if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to go grab some Kleenex over here, because I...
no dying.
Trying not to, but, please, continue.
Kind of like the opposite, like what happened with Lucifer. When Lucifer was on... what was it on? Sci-fi or whatever network it was on. It was like 22 episodes a season, but there was so much filler. But then when it got on to Netflix, it was only 10 episodes long, and it was just
awful.
The show.
Yeah.
What? Hey, this was a good show.
I have yet to see it, but dude, I watched The Witcher twice before I started watching like anything else. That's just how much I love this show, and how well it's well written. It's well executed. Like, there's not really a point where I've seen anything like out of place. There's no Starbucks coffee mugs or anything like that. And it's like, it shows a lot about the characters in very short ways. Like this is a spoiler alert, because this is like sixth to 8th episode. I can't remember which episode this was, where like the mimic, whatever they're called, the doppelganger. Like, the doppelganger comes to the scene, and he doppelgangs Ciri, and then doppelgangs the Emperor of Nilfgaard or whatever, and then he tries to kill him or whatever. Like, that was pretty cool. Where afterwards he's like, kills everyone. It's like, a test of steel would have sufficed. It's like, spare me. Like, I'm insane kind of thing. Like, it shows so much of how insane he is and how willing he is to get what he's owed and like progress himself.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
cool
good.
to
It
me.
was a good show. I before season 2 comes out, I will probably rewatch the series,
Hmm.
the first season.
Yeah. So speaking of The Witcher, this is just for the game. Apparently, there's a new Witcher 3 update that lets you transfer your PC saves over to Switch, which I think was really cool. That was just something I wanted to quickly shout out. So it's like,
Mm,
if you played a lot on PC and you want to bring it over to your Switch, just be like, boom, just transfer all the
yeah,
data over, continue your save, go on, and you don't have to restart. Like that's pretty cool for
yeah.
somewhat something like that to
Say
do.
you're traveling and you want to continue building up your game or
Yeah,
whatever. Works really
exactly.
well.
Yeah, exactly. So there's this article. I can't find the picture, but The Witcher Netflix season 2 casts Game of Thrones' Tormund Giantsbane as Nivellen. So Tormund
Oh,
Giantsbane
cool.
is like the he's like the bearded
Bearded guy.
yeah. What
Yeah,
tribe is he a part of again? What like
he's the wildling.
yeah, the
I
wildling,
don't
that's
know
what they're
what.
called.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
was gonna
what.
call them
Yeah, wild.
savages, but like that's not correct. They're
Yeah,
wildlings.
that's yeah, wildlings.
Wildlings. They are savage though. They are pretty savage.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't remember
wildlings.
the actual actor's name, but yeah, Tormund is.
He's a pretty boss
Yeah,
person. Like let me
makes
just
sense to include him in the series. I liked him as an actor. He felt he he definitely feels like, I don't know. Maybe that's because the first time I've ever seen him or
mhm.
anything was in Game of Thrones, but he felt out of place in Fast 8 or 7. I think it's 8.
I don't even
I think it
know.
was 8. Yeah, he played in Fate of this. Yeah, 8. He
Hmm.
played in Fast 8, and he he still had his beard, but like obviously modern era and everything like that, so it just seemed a little weird. So now he's
Yeah.
going back to medieval times. It's gonna fit him a little bit better, but hopefully he doesn't go. Hopefully it's not like big heavy armor or anything like that. Hopefully it's something that still fits kind of his like
His
style,
style.
like his
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
I hope I'm pretty sure they'll do that. Like they matched all the characters pretty well. They did make a lot of changes with some of the characters. Like the mage that Geralt runs into to save the Striga or whatever.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. So she in the games is white. Well, okay, every character in the game is white because it's based off Polish folklore or whatever. So like a lot of
Hmm.
them are like white people and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see like differently cast characters in this series instead of it just being all white people, and they all fit
Hmm.
their roles really really well. So the SJWs aren't complaining, even though they'll fucking complain about anything. They're like, Witcher 3 is racist because there's no black people. It's like, no, it's based off Polish folklore, and nobody is meeting quotas for a game. Just because I make a game doesn't mean I have to fill quotas. Like they fucking SJWs get all uppity about bullshit. They're like, Grand Theft
What's
Auto,
SJW?
social justice warriors.
Oh.
So like they're like Grand Theft Auto 5 is sexist because there's three main characters that are all male. It's like, no, they just are telling a story with three male protagonists and stuff like that. Or
Hmm.
Resident Evil 5 is racist because you're killing black people. It's like because you're in Africa and they're killing zombies that are just happen to be black people. There is even a guy who is like promoting the game. They're like, there's a bunch of people up in arms being like, oh, they're killing black people and it's all racist. It's like, because it takes place in Africa, you bunch of idiots. Just enjoy the game. Stop fucking
Hmm.
complaining about all this stuff. But yeah, there's my SJW rant. Just stop being a bunch of babies and thinking that everything needs fucking filled quotas. If the person can bring more character to the role and they're of a different color, then that's way more important than meeting a quota. And
Hmm.
like The Witcher 3.
That's how it should be in
Mm-hmm,
the film industry right now. But
hmm,
right now in the film industry, it's a lot of like they are doing a lot of just checking the boxes, but that's because it was so whitewashed for everything for
yeah,
decades
yeah,
that they kind of have to.
hmm.
But
And like
oh
the
well.
thing with stories, it's like there has to. It's like accuracy tops like quotas for sure, and
Hmm.
like people who have strong backgrounds and stuff like that go it's a really delicate balance of like if this person it fits really really well in this character, but it doesn't historically make sense for this character to be there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're making like a World War II film and you just have like a bunch of Russian or you just have a bunch of German guys fighting for the Americans, it's like that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can have a German actor if they can play a really 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 like good American accent or something like that. That's totally fine, but you can't have stupid shit like that. It's really weird. I thought it just was a
That's a
weird
weird
tangent.
analogy, but I
It's a
see
weird
what you're.
analogy,
Yes,
but
exactly.
like people probably got all up in arms about that character being like, "Oh, she's white in the games." It's like, "Yes, and she's black in the TV shows." But does that really matter? No,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't because I thought the TV actress did her job tremendously. Like she sucked me into it. She played herself as like a caring, badass mage who is really really smart. That's what I cared about. It's like
Mm-hmm.
would it have been better if she was Asian or white? That question never came into my fucking mind.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's really really sad that it comes like that's the first question everybody thinks. Is like would this character be better like being black or being Asian or something like that? It's like
Hispanic or yeah.
yeah, it's like who fucking cares? Just enjoy the movie. There are sometimes like clear acts of racism in movies. Can I name one? No, not really.
The black guy always dying first in horror movies.
Yeah, like that's a racial stereotype trope, and like some comedy movies will go over it. It's like, oh, I'm the black guy, I guess I'm gonna die first, right? Like there are some comedy tropes in that, but yeah, it is, and it's like, oh, just because that black guy died first in the video game, that game is automatically racist. It's like, no, they could have changed the color to everyone. They just chose it as a stylistic choice. They didn't choose and saying we're gonna show off we're racist. They were just like, yeah, we're just like, what color should this person be? It's like, does it really matter? It's like, no. And it's not like they're spinning the wheel. It's like they take time and effort to make sure that all characters have like a fucking fair representation and shit like that. Just because a black person dies first doesn't mean the game is racist. Just because there's no black people in the game because it's based off of Polish folklore where there's not many African American people, doesn't mean that they're racist. Just because Grand Theft Auto has three main characters that are male does not mean that they're sexist. And if you have that much of a problem with it, then stop playing the fucking game. If there's like a clear like thing about human rights that's like, yeah, this is a clear violation of human rights, then yes, speak out about it. But if it's like if you're gonna complain about the genders of the Grand Theft Auto 5 characters because they're all males, then shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Nobody wants to
Just
hear
don't
your
play the
shit.
game.
Yeah, exactly. Don't.
Especially when it's talking about Grand Theft Auto. Jeez, I can't speak. Just especially when they're talking about that game where you're literally like driving on the streets and running over people,
Yeah,
and like
it's like that's more
why
of
does
a
it matter?
male thing. It's like male. It's like if you probably look at the statistics. I don't know the statistics, but I'm pretty sure more men are in prison than females are. So you know,
I was getting more of the fact that you shouldn't care about who's doing it. It's the fact that you're killing random people anyway.
yeah,
But
exactly. But yeah,
yeah,
and it's like they
what were
always
you getting at with
the other
stuff
point.
before? Yeah, wasn't
Um,
there something else you wanted to talk about with The Witcher there?
uh, No, just I was just gonna say like if they introduce another character that's not the correct skin color as the game, just remember it's slightly altered universes for a story. Like a
Yeah,
video game story and a TV show story are going to be slightly different in some ways. There are some things that TV can do differently than video games. Like in video games, your horse could be on top of your head. Like that can only happen in video games. It can't really happen in real. Well, it can, but that's just stupid. That doesn't make any sense. I just did it as a joke, but you understand what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
there's like more cinematic and storytelling in the TV shows, and they want more people that are more empowering, like to those roles and to those characters, compared to the video game where you could fuck off and go find some old lady's pan. Literally, it's one of the quests. You think it's weird, but it's an actual quest. You go and find a lady's pan for her.
Oh,
Yep, that's a yeah, that's a quest. So yeah,
fun.
stop being all uppity, enjoy shit, and fucking let others enjoy shit as well. I don't want to hear your SJW crying bullshit on my Twitter feed because, oh, they made The Witcher white? Oh my god. It's like, it's because in the fucking folklore, Witchers are white. In the games, he's white. He's portrayed as white. But there are also other types of Witchers out there. That just happens, okay? Just shut the fuck up about this shit. I'm going to tell myself to shut the fuck up about this. Let's get on to the next thing. So, we were talking about the Game of Thrones star happening, but another Game of Thrones star, Sophie Turner, is pregnant.
Good for her.
Yeah, she has baby.
Baby Jonas?
Yeah, literally, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are pregnant. Yeah, that's basically all I had to say. It's just like,
oh,
that became an article. Here's another fucking rant. Did you see like all the stupid shit that's been going on Twitter about Ninja? So
no.
Ninja made a tweet. Let me pull up the tweet. It was very controversial. I put tweet as my Google search instead of Twitter. So go me. Ninja. What did he put? I can't fucking find it. The phrase. Oh, there it is. The phrase, "It's just a game," is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle. And this got so much traction. It's like 138,000 likes, and a bunch of people are talking about it's like, this is a bad way to do it. Like, this is a bad way to say it. This is really toxic and stuff like that. And it's just like everyone's so angry about it. But it's just like the fact that there are news articles about this is just sad. It's like,
wait, say it again.
So, like, say the phrase or like.
Yeah.
The phrase, "It's just a game," is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle. So basically what he was trying to go for is more of an inspirational kind of thing for pro esports players. So people who are trying to get into the professional gaming career, it's like, saying it's just a game while you lose is terrible because you're basically just saying it's okay to lose. I shouldn't try hard to win kind of thing. But the way he says this and the way he directs it is more so of the phrase, "It's just a game," when you're playing a game like Fortnite and you lose a game because you're just casually playing, you're not a tryhard, then you suck and you should just expect to lose more because you're not taking it seriously and you're just playing it for fun kind of thing. That's at least how I perceived it, and a lot of people different people have chimed in on this. Dolan Dirk, fucking meme lord on Twitter, is just like, finally I can justify burning my parents' house down after a tough game of Purple Plays. So like that's the kind of shit that is going on here. There's a lot of people that did this. Brian Kibler responded. I know Sky Williams responded and stuff like that. And a lot of people have been getting like, there's a guy who was like, "Oh, this must be what it's like to be Twitter famous," and he got like 500 followers, but he still gets like 1 like per tweet. It's just like, wow, nice Twitter fame, nice Twitter fame there, bro. But it's just the fact that this tweet is going viral. Like, I don't mind that it's going viral. It's just going viral to the point where it's like news articles are just trying to capitalize on it. Just like, Ninja said some controversial shit. Click here to figure out what it was. And it's just like,
well, that's like, he is definitely in that like celebrity status. So anytime someone says some random thing that could be interpreted in a terrible way, especially on Twitter, it just gets blown out of proportion, and everyone like. And again, I see what he's trying to say is like, try your hardest. Don't just like give up on yourself type thing is essentially what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
But again, setting it in a weird way.
Saying it in a
and therefore
way.
people think that he's just being a hater or hating on people for not trying or anything like that. Therefore, and because he's famous enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's like, a lot of these people try to wake him up to that, but some people just they were just dicks about it, or some people Like, even Ninja responded back at it being, like, kind of toxic in some ways. He was like, okay, so the last part of it wasn't part of the thing at all, not actually taking the critique of, okay, maybe you need to watch what you're saying and how you're saying it. Because Brian Kibler put a tweet saying, your younger audience is not going to understand the nuance here, and what you're saying sounds like it justifies raging and other toxic behavior, which is kind of does. It's just like, so, there are some really fucking mean tweets. Somebody put, this guy sounds like a pathetic excuse for a father. Like, Jesus Christ. Someone else responded and was just like, you mean Brian Kibler? He was a long-term high-level gamer for years. He knows what he's talking about. Like, he played Magic the Gathering back in its, like, infancy, and he was a pro in that, and then he became a pro in Hearthstone and stuff like that. He became a streamer and shit like that. So it's like, it's amazing how fucking dumb some of these people can be. But, yeah, it's just stupid shit like that. Or did you see Jake Paul's tweet? Jake Paul put something about anxiety. That was fucking nuts. Jake Paul anxiety, 250 tweets in the last hour. So he posted a tweet. Basically, what Jake Paul was trying to say was, anxiety sucks. It's just all in your head. You kind of just need to take some steps to get over and stuff like that. That's what he was trying to say. But basically what he said was, lol, it's just something that's in your head. Get over it. You suck, kind of thing. And everyone started making memes about it. It was like, Jake Paul, you don't understand what anxiety is. Like, having anxiety is different than, having anxiety as a feeling is different than having anxiety as, like, an actual mental symptom.
Disorder. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So being super anxious to the point where you don't want to get out of bed or you don't want to eat food or something like that, that is a huge symptom. That can affect not only you, that affects other people as well.
Yeah, because I've suffered from anxiety, but I go like an hour of being nervous and pissed off and stressed and everything about it, and then I'm able to just convince myself, like, fuck, whatever, stressing about it isn't going to change anything, and then I tend to just get going and get into it.
Yep.
That's just that level of anxiety for me. I don't have, like, the disorder where it literally affects your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Or you have to take, like, medication for it or anything like that. Like, there's definitely a difference there. Like, what he's talking about is what I just said. You can just get over it.
Well, from what I'm seeing on his Twitter line, I'm pretty sure he deleted the tweet because he's an idiot. And he also blocked a bunch of, like, news articles and stuff like that. He blocked H3H3. He blocked H3H3 on Twitter because of this tweet. He's like, I know I'm getting a bunch of backlash for it. I'm gonna get made fun of again. So he blocked him on Twitter and stuff like that. But basically, Jake Paul was just saying, it's just something that's in your head. It's just a thought. Just get over it. It's that simple, guys. When it's not, it's definitely not. I've had days where anxiety takes over me to the point where, like, I had to go to the hospital, which is actually super, super threatening. I know other people have done stuff like that. There are people who injure themselves or starve themselves and stuff like that. Anxiety is not just that. And sometimes you have a feeling of anxiety, and sometimes that can overtake you and shit like that. Like, yeah, I get what he's trying to say, though. I get what he's trying to say. He's like, it's just in your head. You just got to keep fighting through it. Like, just take some steps to do it. That's awesome. It's just the way he says things and stuff like that. And the fact that it's becoming news articles just because he's an idiot and doesn't know how to fucking speak proper English on Twitter, it makes sense. He doesn't understand how commas are used, probably. He didn't understand Jake Paulers, something like that. It's like Jake Paul corrects our grammar, some shit like that by H3H3. It's a good video. I'll send it over to you, Davis, after this. But yeah,
sure.
My big thing is stop making these articles so you can clickbait your website and just be done with it. It's so stupid when I see shit like that. Just like, oh yeah, this person made a stupid tweet. It's like, okay, what else is meant to be said about this? Nothing. Thank you for clicking on our website and giving us ad revenue. It's like that's why I run ad block. Because I have some articles that are just saying, like, oh yeah.
It will start off with something like, you won't believe what Jake Paul said on Twitter. And then it starts off with, if you go through Twitter, there are many celebrities that tweet some things, blah, blah. And it'll be the entire, like, paragraph, and then you have to scroll through the entire thing, blah, 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 add here, add here, add here. And then at the very end, it's like, oh, here's the tweet.
Yep. And then it's just like, it's not what you expected, and then you're just like, okay, cool. You click on that and you leave, and you're just like, why did I have to go through this article again? This article provided me with literally nothing new. All it did was explain what was going on. It's like, I could have got that explanation by reading it myself, or reading the comments and stuff like that. Dude, do you follow Wendys on Twitter?
No.
Holy shit, Wendys on Twitter is hilarious.
I know they're savage. I've seen some of their tweets before, but I don't actually follow them.
Yeah, what did they they tweeted somebody retweeted Burger King is testing a sandwich with nothing but French fries, and Wendy's replied back with, when literally anything would be better on a bun than their beef, and like 270,000 likes. And people were like replying like, please tell me this is a joke, and Wendy's would reply back, their whole restaurant is. Fucking, I love Wendy's on Twitter. I wish more restaurants would like that, but you know, that's what makes Wendy's unique. That's why I love going there and getting the Baconator. Yes, it's greasy. Yes, it's disgusting. Yes, it's fattening. But holy shit, is it good, and do they deserve my money just for their Twitter page? Yes. Yes. Don't want to go to McDonald's.
Doing social media correctly.
Exactly. That's how you know when you can get $270,000 off of making fun of your competitor. Who the fuck eats at Burger King? Let's talk about that for a sec. When is the last time you ate at a Burger King?
The first time since living in the city, I got Burger King last week. I ordered to skip the dishes. I bought myself 3 meals because it was cheaper than buying myself one. Like, in the long run.
Because of shipping, right?
Well, yeah, like, because it was 20. It was, yeah, exactly. It was a $25 meal, or $25. Yeah, $25 for 3 meals, and it was free delivery fee since it was only over $20.
Yeah.
Or I could have bought myself a $16 meal, spent the $3 plus the tip, and it would have been basically the same price. I spent like $2 extra and got extra food.
See, that's stupid, but it's also really, really smart. I hate that.
Yeah, I had a bunch of leftovers, so I had food for.
Is that a restaurant you like frequently go to though?
Nope, that was the first time I went to Burger King. Probably, I think honestly, I think the first time in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been to Burger King.
That's really interesting. I don't think I've gone to a Burger King. Okay, when we were filming at your house, did we go to a Burger King? Where did we go for food after?
No, that was Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. Okay, good. Did not want to make that mistake. Okay. Yeah, I think the last time I went to Burger King was probably when I was like 12 years old in the States. That was like the last time when I used to enjoy their chicken sandwiches a lot. Other than that, never been back to a Burger King. There are so many better places for food.
And I've been, now that there's a Wendy's just down the road from my place, I've been there. So the new Wendy's opened up probably about 2 months ago, and I've been there twice already, which is a lot for me considering most of the time I never buy fast food. So,
dude, I fucking can't live without fast food. It's really sad, but yeah, it's just true. I love fast food, and it's really sad that I do. But I think I've finally hit that pocket where I'm sick of McDonald's. I've had it enough in my life. I'm kind of just like, you know what? If I died tomorrow, I would be fine with not having McDonald's. Like,
pretty sure most people,
most people
are fine.
But like A&W is an uncanny like taste, and I'm just like, I love A&W. I would probably have it for my last meal if they're like, if you choose McDonald's or A&W. Oh, I'd definitely choose A&W. Get some fucking onion rings, poutine, some teen burgers. Their Beyond Meat burger's not bad. I accidentally ordered that once. That was interesting.
That's actually pretty good. Mark Rober has a video with Bill Gates and how explains like the difference on how Beyond Meat and I don't remember the other name of the company, but the other famous fake meat company, and how they're like actually trying to make it as close to meat tasting as possible without like doing better for the environment and blah blah blah. There's a whole thing on it. It's actually really good. Mark Rober's videos are really good.
Mark Rober has, I think, in my favorite video, he's the one who did the Amazon package prank, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking love those videos.
Yeah, he only does 12 videos a year.
Yeah, once a month. And it's cool because he's like, I've worked at NASA, and I'm like, I don't trust that, but you seem like a smart enough guy that I would believe it. Like, literally, some of his videos are super cool. Like Mark Grober is an awesome guy. I'd love to be friends with him, because I remember the one video he had. He was testing out an application for getting people or to learn baseball signals, because you know how baseball signals are. Just like touch the nose, left ear, right ear, tap your elbow, spin around, do a little shimmy. You know, like it's just fucking crazy.
I think that's the one video of his that I haven't seen. It's been on my homepage on YouTube, but I just haven't clicked to watch it yet.
It is definitely worth your time. I would definitely recommend that. I would recommend that as like probably his like 4th or 5th best video. Because he did like some that are like how to cheat carnival games, how to cheat escape rooms.
Escape rooms, yeah, and then he did a giant pool full of Jello.
I saw that one. I hate those kinds of videos.
I think he did, but it's actual because most of those videos are just like liquid. He actually turned it to real, like the actual texture of Jello.
Oh, really? So it's actually like real Jello. It's not just like, hey guys, we added 4 packs of gelatin and just added a bunch of food coloring. Now we have a green pool. He put into the actual science of making it the actual consistency, and then he did the trend with Orbeez that a lot of bigger channels do and everything. There was also VAT19 did that as well. They made like the biggest Jello cup ever, and they didn't have like an industrial sized freezer or fridge or anything like that, so they had to build one themselves. Build the cup and everything, and they had a bunch of problems like, oh, the freezer is broken. They had to fix that every couple hours, or like as soon as they were ready to unveil it, they were like, oh, the gelatin has mold on top of it. Well, at least it's only on the top, so they like would scrape it off the top, and then they'd be like, cool, then we can eat it. VAT19, I'm kind of disappointed in the products, not gonna lie. Like the giant gummy melon that I got, you remember that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember
not as good as you would think. The Nams bits are really good, but those are just like basically fucking cookies you could make yourself, right? You could just go to a store. You can go to a Subway and buy like 10 cookies for $8.
Subway cookies.
Subway cookies are great. I don't know what they do, but they just got the formula down, man. See, like Subway.
I'm just laughing because this turned into talking about food.
But food is a great thing, though. Food is one of the best things ever made. Like, it's stupid to say. That's a stupid sentence, and I just realized that. But like, come on, the fact like you can get so intricate or so simple with it and get some crazy tasting food is amazing. Like pesto mac and cheese. I have 2 things of them upstairs because my buddy Andrew, when he was coming over, I was like, okay, let's order some soul fried chicken. My mom picked it up. I ordered 40 pieces of chicken and 4 things of pesto mac and cheese. 2 of them are still sitting in the fridge up there, so I'm going to have to go grab one and eat some later. But, while I'm editing this. But, just the fact that you can take something like mac and cheese, and all you have to do is add pesto and a little bit of pickled onions and some Parmesan on top, and boom, you got something brand new and amazing. That's incredible to me. Right? Like, some things can be so simple. Like, sometimes all I need to eat is like a little bit of beef, some peanut butter, a bun, and some ketchup, some mustard. You're good to go. Maybe some bacon on top of that. Dude, you've never had peanut butter on a burger? You're fucking missing it. Dude, you gotta try this shit. Shake Shack did this. They have like a peanut butter sauce. So they have a secret menu item that's literally a bun, a beef patty, 6 strips of bacon, and then peanut butter sauce. That's it.
I've had peanut butter on a pork chop, but not on
a burger. Dude, it's so good. It's like a nice little sweet bite to it that adds a little bit of protein. That's the beer coming up. Oh, I should be proud. I drank half a beer today. Which is
a whole half a beer.
I know, right?
You're a champion.
I did my best, but I was like, I'm gonna be so drunk if I keep going with it, dude. Okay, so the thing here.
No, you're not.
Like, no, I'm not. What?
No, you're not. You're gonna be drunk from finishing a beer.
You'd be surprised. Here's the thing. So here in Beaumont, we have something called the Sea Change. It's a brand new restaurant that just opened up. They have something called what is it called? The Beaumonter or something like that. Oh, the Bow Monster. That's what it's called. It's 35 ounces of beer. You just order it. It's like $12 for whatever beer you want, and it's a giant fucking glass mug of beer. And my brother was halfway done that before I was halfway done mine. I'm like, that's how much I don't drink beer. So I think I need to take my brother's advice. I need to go to a liquor store, stock up on some good beer, and just sip on them from time to time, like once a week. Not as an alcoholic, you know. It's best in moderation.
Appreciate the flavors.
Appreciate the flavors and get a little bit.
I'll come with you and I'll show you some good ones to start off with.
I like a good sour. Duchess de Bourguignon is really good. I can't remember what beer it was. I have to text my buddy Chad, but he has a really, really good beer that he has, and that's what he got me hooked on sours. I like ciders, but those aren't beers. You know.
Okay, so are we going to continue talking about something actually media related?
There we go. Cool. Well,
that was our long ass tangent on food and beer.
It's a good time.
Thank you very much.
That's the podcast, man. You can just do whatever. Okay, you had two things you wanted to go over. So the Batman, the first look at Robert Pattinson as the Cape Crusader. Isn't Robert Pattinson in Twilight?
Yes, that's why when he first got in, like when people have said that, like when he got picked to be Batman, there was a lot of negative hype behind it, and I was like, no, like that's not smart. I don't think that's a good idea. Like I agreed, and I didn't think he was gonna do that good of a role, but I don't know. Now it's starting to turn a little bit better because the first images showed up and it shows his like chest up basically, then like into the cowl and everything. Apparently, there's now starting to be a decent amount of hype behind it. But
it seems alright. Like
it looks pretty good. It's kind of like an advanced version of the Dark Knight suit, like a little sleeker than the Dark Knight suit, but has the same kind of like feel.
I think it looks really good. The eye here looks really, really weird on this fourth picture. But the thing that really bothers me the most is the chest piece in the middle. It's not actually a unified bat. It's like a broken pair of batarangs, it looks like, or something like that.
I was gonna say it's meant to look like a batarang.
Yeah, but like it's in half. It's not flat or anything. That's the thing that annoys me the most. Other than that, I think the costume design is really cool. They're going for like a armory kind of look, where it's more like actual armor instead of it being like one big uniform. So I think that's not bad, but that's up to interpretation. I know some people, like this person in the comments says, Robert should not be Batman. He is not Batman material. Hollywood is destroying the Batman franchise like it did to every other superhero. Some other people are saying, y'all mad. This is probably the most comic accurate cowl we've ever seen on screen. Chest armor is chunky, but I'll reserve judgment for the whole suit reveal. Bat symbol is very striking, more legible than Batfleck. Like,
yeah, I hated Batfleck's costume.
And glad we're seeing. We're glad we're finally getting a mask that isn't chunky rubber, which is pretty cool. So you know.
Yeah, I didn't see it yet, but new Rockstars, because this is what they do. There apparently is a breakdown of what the armor is, but because how to do a breakdown just off of images, I don't know, but that's just what they do. So there's, I don't know, it's just speculation, but yeah, it's probably, my guess is that it's talking about like what we were just talking about, how the fact that the chest piece is like a batarang style or something instead of just.
Yeah. My problem is I found a picture of this that's in color, and it's on screen right now, but I can see a lot of his eyes, which is really, really weird. Because I don't remember seeing that much of eyes in the other Batmans. Like, who was the other, oh my god.
Christopher Nolan?
Was it Chris Nolan?
Christopher Nolan was the
Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight series, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Christopher Nolan. I don't remember seeing his eyes that much in it. Christian
Yeah,
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't remember seeing
Oh,
his
I said
eyes
I
that
said that
much.
I said the director's name.
Oh,
Sorry,
Christian Bale.
wrong.
No, that's all good. So yeah, Christian Bale, like his eyes are not as seen, but they're also like darker. Like this is completely different than this. This looks way more wide-eyed. This is way dark. Like the eyes are a lot more fitting for it. But
Mhm.
we'll see how it turns out. I hope that the full reveal is like of course it'll be
Yeah,
revealing more, but I hope it's a lot more fitting to it, and I hope it works out.
I think I like again. Batman isn't my favorite comic book character, but I still like him enough that I've seen most of the media that he's in.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I so far I kind of like it, but I'm still I don't know. He's maybe a little too. He still seems a little too lean, like to be Batman.
He's pretty
But
skinny.
it's yeah, just like how oh, what is his name? The actor's name, but the guy who plays in fuck, I can't remember his name in Game of Thrones now. His character's name, the actor from Game of Thrones, Lord Friendzone, as he's known online.
Lord
Um,
Friendzone.
yeah,
I have
Jorah Mormont, the actor who played Jorah Mormont, is playing Batman in Titans, and that's the same criticism that a lot of people have been giving him, is that even though he's kind of playing like old man, like Bruce Wayne, not necessarily Batman,
Mm-hmm.
it's the fact that he seems like he would have never been like buff enough to be a Batman. So I'm feeling that's the same kind of dislike that I have with Pattinson.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. I don't. Yeah, like the you okay there?
Yeah, I dropped my phone.
Oh, I thought you were swatting a mosquito or something. It's like it's winter. How is that possible? But yeah, I don't like it just because he is super lean right now. But then again, he could do the Captain America transformation where fucking Chris Evans was a skinny little twig, and then in like 6 months he turned into this weird Dorito boy with like the fucking triangle. Do you know that? It's like the Dorito shape, like your body
Yeah,
from your
the
shoulders.
V.
Yeah, the V. Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping that he does that. Uh, I can't even remember his name for the fucking life of me. Robert Pattinson, right? Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
yeah.
Let's hope he
Do
can get the V going.
do you know who I thought I suggested would have been a good Batman? Where some people will agree with me, but maybe not. If you want to look him up so you can see who I'm talking about,
Yeah,
look up Jamie Dornan.
Jim Carrey got it. Jamie Thorin?
No, Dornan. He's the guy who played Gray in 50 Shades of Grey. The
I could
reason
see
why
that. I could
the
definitely
reason
see
why
that.
yeah, because he's big enough, he's built enough to be like Batman stature, and
Hmm.
he has a chin, like he'd be able to like fight, be able to take a punch or whatever. And with playing in 50 Shades of Grey, he already has the charisma of being. He already knows how to play that character of being the rich, like smart guy from like so to play. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think that would be pretty
I
nice.
think he would make. That's who I when they were looking for new actors, whoever it was going to be. Like that's what I said. I think I might have put it on Twitter. I don't remember however long ago it was, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's who I suggested, and I think it would have made a lot of sense
yeah,
because he was, yeah,
dude. I for some reason was reminded of this. Good guy Keanu Reeves. I don't know why, because I was like Batman was thinking Joker, and then I started thinking Heath Ledger, but then I was like Jared Leto when Joker Phoenix. Uh,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Sorry, Joaquin Phoenix. I remember when Joaquin Phoenix and Keanu Reeves were up for like the best actor in a or like in a primary role or whatever it was. I remember
Hmm.
Joaquin Phoenix won, and Keanu Reeves just had a pure look of happiness on his face. Is like, good job, Joaquin. You did it. And
Hmm.
like, there's a fucking big moment of wholesomeness. It's like, god damn, dude, why can't everyone just be like Keanu Reeves? That's what I want
Because
to be when I
Keanu
grow up.
Reeves, he's Canadian, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone just needs to be a Canadian. My parents were talking.
Or a Swiss.
Is he
Swiss?
Swiss?
No, I'm saying everyone
Oh,
has to be a Canadian or a Swiss, like, because those are like the happiest people or something, like
yeah, something like that.
the
Well,
Scandinavian, like
I,
Nordish people are really happy too, apparently.
I've heard like Germany has like the best healthcare in the world right now, and I think it's Sweden has like free post-secondary education.
As long as you're born there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My parents and I were talking about this. My parents just came back from Hawaii, and one
Ooh,
they
fancy.
I remember the one time they went to Hawaii, they were pregnant with my older brother Kyle, and my Kyle was just like, "Why wasn't I just born in America? Then I could have had dual citizenship." It's like, you really want to be a citizen of Canada and America? He's like, "Yeah, why not?" It's like Trump. That's all I'll say. But like just like, yeah, I guess there are opportunities for it. But don't you have to pay to keep your citizenship in some places?
Probably. I have no idea.
I don't know what the rules are on that, but yeah, we have I think one more thing to talk about, at least as an article, but we can also
Hmm.
talk after if we have like a random spark of inspiration. So the random spark of inspiration that I had right now, I fucking love Magic the Gathering. I'm getting into that shit. Stop if you like Hearthstone, stop playing that shit. Don't spend any money on it. Go fucking play Magic the Gathering because you get actual card value and it's fun as fuck. It's way better. Anyways, continue because this is your topic, which we were talking about
Oh,
Eminem's album.
yeah. The only thing I wanted to mention about that is just like I think it's dope because Eminem has another top 100 hit on the Billboard top 100s or whatever it is, something like that, top
Yeah.
10 or I don't know. I lost the link, but oh, it's because it was on this. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I've always been a major Eminem fan. Like this album, Music to Be Murdered By, is still pretty strong. I don't think, in my opinion, and I've been hearing just random things here and there on Twitter and what have you,
Mm-hmm.
that it's maybe not his best album. Definitely not. It's better than Kamikaze
Ooh, it's better than
for sure.
Kamikaze. I liked Kamikaze. Not like I didn't listen
Kam-
to the entire album, but I listened to a few of the songs, like Kamikaze being
mm,
like the one I listened to the most, and I love that song. But
yeah,
God, that makes me really want to listen to this stuff. But also, it's like I don't listen to that much new music, but I really should start delving into it. So I think you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start downloading the album on Spotify right now. And I'll listen to
yeah,
it at some
that's what
point.
I love. Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about Spotify compared to one of the things I like about Spotify compared to, say, Google Play is that it gives you suggestions and stuff like that. So that's how it was on my suggested feed on my Spotify, and I was like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Download the entire. Before I even listened to a single song, I was like, new Eminem album. Download the entire album.
Yep.
Like,
It's
yeah,
it's cool that they allow you to download the songs so you can just be like, yeah, you don't have Wi-Fi because your phone's a piece of shit. Well, you can still listen to music. You can download
yeah,
all the songs, and like I have extra memory on my phone, so it's like if I want to download all these albums, it's like, oh, I wanted to listen to this album. Well, good thing I downloaded it because I'm out of
yeah.
data for this month because apparently my home Wi-Fi
Oh,
is so shit. Dude, no, it's here's the thing. If you live in Canada, don't get Shaw internet. Shaw internet is so shit.
Canada. That is actually one of the things that brings our like happiness levels down in Canada.
Shaw internet. Yep.
Is that well no it's just like phone plans and internet plans in general. Apparently Canada is one of the worst first world nations that when it comes to like phone plans and stuff like that,
Well, cause
because
like
like
it's like in Australia, it's like, oh yeah, if you have $100, you can get 300 gigs of data. Meanwhile, $100 here will get you like 10,
yeah,
maybe.
well, and I'm spending 55 a month
Hmm.
for two.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm spending 60 a month for unlimited texting and calling worldwide, I think,
Yeah,
plus it's 5 gigs a day. I think it's like four. I think maybe 4 gigs of data a month, some shit like that. And it's like
yeah,
there are some countries that are like Oh yeah, just have free data. Just go nuts. It's like, wow,
Yeah,
that's the way
exactly.
to do it.
Or it's like 20. Like I keep on. There's a couple ads that I hear on other podcasts. That there's I don't remember the name of what this cell phone company is, but it's you can have up to 3 lines
Hmm.
for only $20. Like unlimited like everything,
Yep.
and you only pay $20 a month. But it's in America only.
Yeah.
Where yeah, if you wanted to do something like that, you'd have to have a full family plan with Bell, and it's like $110 a month,
Hmm.
something like that, or something crazy, whatever it may be. Like yeah, phone plans and internet services and everything are not the best in Canada
Hmm.
for some. I don't see why. We have everything else is
Pretty
great.
good.
Our
It,
healthcare is great, but
healthcare is
cell phone
great.
services are terrible.
Yeah, we are a very great country except for that. I did not know this until a while ago. Like, I think we talked about this. Ryan Reynolds has his own phone company. It's called Mint Mobile, and it's like $15 a month. Uh, 15 bucks a month. And Ryan Reynolds is the owner, and I also just discovered now that he has a tattoo, which I never knew before. He has a
Mm-hmm.
tattoo on his forearm, like on the back of his forearm, which is super cool. Uh, 12 gigs of data for a 4G LTE plan, unlimited nationwide talk and text, mobile hotspot, and free international calls to Mexico and Canada are 25 bucks a month. That's for America at least. I'm
Oh, I was
hope.
gonna say, but Ryan Reynolds is Canadian. What the
Yeah, I
hell?
know. I was hoping for that, but you know, he owns this. He owns like Gin Aviation, or
Yeah,
Aviation Gin. Sorry.
Aviation Gin. Yep.
Yeah, Gin Aviation. But
He even did an advertisement for Aviation Gin in Deadpool 2.
did he? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
When did he do that?
he's drinking when I think it's in Deadpool 2. I think there's a scene when he's grabbing the third ball. I'm pretty sure I saw his gin in Deadpool 2.
Oh,
Somewhere in like the bar or something.
let me Google this.
Show
Aviation
it
Gin in Deadpool 2. I
I
wouldn't be surprised. I feel like
because
Ryan Reynolds is the fucking kind of guy that be like, hey, we're in a bar. I think it would be hilarious if we did this and we did
yeah,
something stupid
well,
with it. It's not an advertisement. It's just fucking funny. Like,
yeah, even if it's not for AdSense, but it's literally just because he would be paying himself for it.
hmm and it's really weird. Fucking love Ryan Reynolds. He's an awesome guy. He plays Pikachu in one of my like favorite movies of all time. But it doesn't really say Deadpool.
Oh,
Hilarious gin ad provides Ryan Reynolds is always in character. So I think he is talk. So I think you might have it backwards where they talk about Deadpool in a gin aviation commercial
oh, maybe
or aviation gin fuck commercial. I can't. I'm
a
never gonna
fuck
get that right.
commercial.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
would be surprised.
but
Yeah, it's super cool to see them do stuff like this. Like, what other celebrities have stuff like that?
I know that Maisie Williams created an app called Daisy. It
Hmm.
only so far works in the UK, but I have it on my phone, but it's kind of pointless to be on
Hmm.
my phone. But it's basically for creators.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist, you're a filmmaker, you're a photographer, you make music, that kind of stuff, you can
Hmm.
connect to this app or this website, and you can help connect to other people to try to get work.
Mm.
But so far, yeah, so far it only really works in the UK. I have an account on it, but yeah,
I mean, if
obviously
you
it's
ever
not
want
gonna.
work in the UK, they'll just be like, "Hey, we'll fly you out here.
Yeah,
You can be a you can be a
nope.
director of the newest Star Trek movie." Dude, I can't
But
think of anything. It's really weird when I think about it. Nothing pops into my mind beside like aviation gin, hot like mint mobile. Does does Michael Bublé own Bubbly, or is that just a joke that they keep having? Like,
I think that's just a joke.
I'm pretty sure that's just a joke. But does Michael Bublé? It's Bublé, by the way. It's not Michael Bubbly. For all you people out there that say it like that, it's fucking cringe. Don't
Well,
say it.
I think that's the reason why it's a meme or joke is the fact that like it's like from Family Guy. I'm gonna go home, Stewie. I'm gonna go home and play with my Buble rap, and it's him
Yeah.
playing with bubble wrap.
I just haven't met you yet.
Yeah.
And it fucking goes into the stupid thing. Your mom thinks of me when she's doing your dad. What?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it doesn't. Michael Bublé is featured in a 30-second ad for PepsiCo-owned sparkling water brand Bubbly for no other reason than the word bubbly looks like Bublé. So, yeah, okay, it's just an acting thing for him. I wouldn't be surprised if one day he ended up owning the company, but it's a PepsiCo company, so there's no fucking.
Probably not. I think PepsiCo makes more money than he does, considering he doesn't make that much money anymore.
I still like a good fucking Ryan Reynolds, Michael Bublé. I like a Ryan Reynolds record from time to time. I fucking love Michael Bublé. That'd be like the one commercial, like the one concert I would go with my mom to see. There are very few of those I would go to see. I would go see that with her because she loves Michael Bublé as well. She's actually kind of the one that got me into Michael Bublé. So I would.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
be a good son.
It'd be a good son. It would be good. I would definitely. I'll have to check if he's going on tour at some point soon because he's also Canadian. So I would hope that one day he comes back to Canada and we can go see that together.
And Eminem doesn't perform in Canada because he can't.
Wait, why can't he perform in Canada?
To my knowledge, what I remember, I'm pretty sure he got like caught with weed back at the border back in like the mid to late 90s.
Oh my fucking god!
They just haven't let him back in the country.
We have legalized weed here now. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I do remember hearing something that he doesn't, because he doesn't perform in Canada, to my knowledge.
That really sucks. I would
love to go to an Eminem concert.
I know my friends would love to as well. That would be awesome, getting everyone to go to a fucking Eminem
I need to go to an Eminem concert, and I definitely need to go to a Rise Against concert.
Oh, of course.
Considering I have a Rise Against tattoo.
There you go. Have you never been to a Rise Against concert? No, you just...
No.
Wow.
I've been to Billy Talent twice, but I haven't been to Rise Against.
I've been to one concert, and that was AJR over the summer. Other than that, I've been to shows. I've been to fucking a few Jeff Dunham shows, like the comedian.
Ooh, yeah, I've seen him live too.
His are pretty funny. Other than that, it's like most of the things that like I go out for with my family are like sporting events. So like we'll go to an Oilers game or an Oil Kings game or some shit like that.
And you're not even a hockey fan.
I like hockey. I'm not like a huge. I'm not as huge of a nerd as my older brother and my dad are, where they have their jerseys and they're counting points and they play in leagues and shit like that. It's like, listen, I just want to see people fight and score. That's all I care about.
If I got invited to a game, I'd go see it, but I wouldn't spend like my money or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
I almost did that with a buddy of mine. Like
I've been to.
No, God.
Oh, sorry, I can't. No, I totally cut you off.
No, we're at we keep getting into crossroads.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say I've only been to one hockey game, and that was when I was 15, I think, and it was Christmas present from like the family to my dad, and it was 2 tickets, and so my dad and I went.
Nice.
To Toronto versus Oilers game.
Nice. I know my dad and I, that's like a tradition here in Canada. It's like father, son, you always go to a hockey game when you reach a certain age. For me, it was 8. I remember my dad took me to, it was an Edmonton versus Anaheim game. And we got those like mini cans of 7-Up, like the little fat ones and stuff. We got like a pack of those to sneak in and stuff like that. We got snacks. And all I remember from the game was at the end, it was a tie game. We were in overtime, and the ref made a shit call, and we ended up losing 4-3. I just remember everyone booing the ref. It's like, holy shit. They do not have an easy job. I do not envy them in the fucking slightest. They get the shit kicked out of them after games, probably. Like, that's not a joke either. It's like, people are that serious about hockey games. It's like, if you fucking mess up a call, and you're not, like, 100% sold on it, they will fucking destroy you.
And hockey's not even technically our national sport.
No, it's lacrosse. That doesn't make any sense. Why is lacrosse?
Because it's a game that the natives used to play.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yep. I don't know. I'm just saying it's like it's hockey because it's popularity's sake, but it also just doesn't make sense.
Oh, exactly.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot more popular than lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
But considering there are 2 big things that people think about 3. three big things when people think about when it comes to Canadians. That's snow. No, I have 4. Snow. Big. The word A.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons coffee and hockey.
And hockey. There you go. That's
not lacrosse.
Not lacrosse. Yeah. Which I think is silly, but it also is a great way of like recognizing like our history and stuff like that. Canada does not have the greatest history, not the greatest track record, but you know it does all right.
Well, I don't know if that's actually the reason why, but I just know that the natives did play it as well, so that could be. I don't know, no idea. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about gonna wrap it up. This is our first time doing something like this, and I honestly hope you guys like it, because I actually enjoyed it, having more of a laid-back kind of approach to it, where it's not like we have to go.
Yeah, we still stuck to of what we wanted to talk about, but instead of doing it just in-depth hardcore, I let you go into your rants a little bit more, even though that was a half an hour talking about food.
Listen, food is good. Everyone can relate to food.
Everyone needs, yes.
Listen,
everyone has to eat.
I would love to come back on just for fun, just being like, what's your top 5 favorite restaurants, ever that you've been to, for food places?
Maybe next episode.
That would be really good. I'm already thinking of one. Dude, maybe next time. I'm already thinking of it right now, so I'm gonna start writing that down as I start editing this thing.
Yes.
But I think that's going to do it for us here at the M3 podcast. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you smash the like button on YouTube if you're watching.
Yeah, smash it if you're into that 2020 style.
2020 style. That's another rant I could go on, but I'm not going to go on that rant of everyone just.
As Peter McKinnon would say, I'm stealing his line, and then he takes off his hat and does a flip and then covers the lip.
All right. Well, make sure to subscribe and check back next week, where we hopefully will have the next episode if I'm not dying, because last week I was dying. Dude, I still sound like Wheezy when I laugh sometimes. Like from Toy Story, I sound like Wheezy. It's really bad.
That's how you get sick, because that's how you described it last time you were sick too.
It sounded like Wheezy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with me is usually when I'm sick, it never ends up being like, oh, I'm just sick. I once thought I was just sick for a month. I had pneumonia.
Yeah, you
didn't know. So
okay, bye.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, you into another random story.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye. Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Links will be in the description.